ones that take you out your comfort zone, just enough to make things interesting, but not so much that you feel out of place. And for me, interactive experiences are perfect for that. So this past Thursday, I decided to try something new. I headed over to Your Third Spot for one of their exclusive member events. They had a whiskey and chocolate and cheese tasting. Now, let's be real, I'm not a whiskey girl, but there was something about the pairing that really intrigued me. The different types of chocolate they included, the different type of cheeses, and how they all blended together with the whiskey was actually surprisingly really good. The space was dimly lit with a warm and buzzing energy, and as soon as I found my seat, in front of me the whiskeys started flowing. Our first pairing was a milk chocolate, so that was like a sweet and creamy pairing with a sharp cheddar cheese. This cheese was actually my favorite. It was like a nutty and salty, tangy flavor. And then this paired with a bottled and bond bourbon, which is like a cinnamon oak with tart cherry notes. It was actually really good. I liked it. This is like one of the stronger ones. I don't know the exact word to use, but I surprisingly like this a lot more than the other ones. The next pairing we did was a white chocolate, and not gonna lie, I actually hate white chocolate. I do not understand how people enjoy white chocolate, and we actually learned that white chocolate is not actually a real chocolate. How many times can I say chocolate? Which was pretty interesting. This was also paired with a Swiss cheese. I also learned that I do not like Swiss cheese, or maybe this type of Swiss cheese. It had like a really strong smell, and I don't know, maybe the taste was too strong as well. And this was paired with a Jameson Irish whiskey, which I also did not like. This is kind of a typical whiskey that you might get in college or in a whiskey sour, I feel like. Okay, and the next one, I think this might be my favorite pairing, which was a sea salt dark chocolate. It wasn't too dark. It had like a nice in-between, and the little notes of sea salt in the chocolate really paired well with the cheese, which was a Comte cheese. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've never had this cheese before, but it was almost similar to the cheddar, but it was a little bit more stronger, and I had like a nice buttery finish as well. And this was paired with the Old Forth Distillery Straight Rye whiskey. And last was a strong dark chocolate. Wasn't a fan of this dark chocolate. It was very intense. It was 85% cocoa, which is really a bitter, earthy taste. And this was paired with the Parmesan cheese, which I do think this was a good pairing because the Parmesan kind of balanced the chocolate out. And this was actually paired with a scotch, a 12-year scotch whiskey. And not gonna lie, I think the scotch was actually my favorite of the entire tasting. They also do a great job of making it interactive. There was a trivia going on at the same time. So in between each tasting, we do like a little trivia from some of the things that she taught us. And I also love that it was very educational. The next day, I kept the tasting theme going, and this time it was something a little more my speed, I would say. The Epicurean Atlanta was hosting a Girl Scout cookie and wine pairing event. The event was held in the Epicurean Theater, and they host a lot of different events here, so I highly recommend coming. There were a couple other people that were also solo there, so I think it's a very solo date-friendly type of environment. The host introduced us to the pairings, and each one was thoughtfully curated by some of Atlanta's top women in wine in honor of Women's History Month, which I love. I'll have to get all the names of the wines that we tried and put them in the caption, but oh my gosh, you don't really know what to expect when it comes to a pairing. You just think, it's wine and a cookie. Very simple, but no, you can really tell these pairings were so thought out. My favorite had to be, I think, the Samoa pairing. Love a good Samoa, but the red it went with was the perfect complement. I really loved that one. And it was so cute. They had the Girl Scout there. I think it was the host's niece. And she was there also presenting each cookie with the wine. So it was really cute. She was also very funny. So great entertainment. The 5 cookies we tasted was the Samoa, the Trefoil, the Adventureful, the Thin Mint, and the Tagalongs. I definitely left this event feeling a little bit more knowledgeable about my wine palette and what I like. I definitely left with a new favorite wine as well. So really excited to go pick that up at my nearest wine store. I love that the Epicurean is always curating experiences like this, so I definitely want to put this on my to-do list more often. Come here, experience another one of their pairings. And then after the event, another good stop, they have the office bar, which is connected to the Epicurean. I decided to go there and have a flatbread for dinner. It was so good. And the office is a really cool vibe. It's connected to Google, so I think during lunch and happy hour, it's more of like a packed, upbeat vibe. For me, I feel like solo dating isn't just about going places alone. It's really about experiencing the world in a way that feels more intentional, immersive, and uniquely yours. So I hope this inspired you to try out some new experiences for your next solo date. Comment down below on some places I should go next, especially if they're in Atlanta, and I'll see you guys in my next video.